We're playing Spider-Punk or Kraza the Swarm is One again today, this time in Legacy the Epic Gamble. Let's go check it out. In front of you is the Epic Gamble, a Legacy deck originally designed by Tony Scapone that we're playing today, featuring a brand new card from Marvel's Spider-Man, Spider-Punk, or Kraza the Swarm is One, whatever you would like to call it. They couldn't get the digital licensing, so you have an out of Marvel's Spider-Verse whatever. So basically, same card, different name. For 1 and a red, you have a human spider hero. That's a 2/1 with Riot, which means that when it enters, you could choose a +1/+1 counter or give it haste. Other spiders you control have Riot. Your spells and abilities can't be countered, which means Consign to Memory or Force of Will, Chalice of the Void, Counterbalance. None of these things counter your spells. And then damage can be prevented. So if you already have emptied the Warrens, theoretically, Kraza the Swarm is One beats the One Ring, but that's so unlikely to happen. It's just a weird corner case scenario, but the option is there. So the big thing is that this is another Echo of Eons strategy, just like the Epic Storm, but you also have a Runehorn Hellkite. We're also a gamble deck. Okay, so the decks are pretty similar. So that makes sense why you'd be interested in an additional copy of a card that protects your draw 7s. And that's really what we're looking to do here today. So we're testing Kraza the Swarm is One or Spider-Punk again, this time with 3 copies, hopefully getting to see it a little bit more than we did in my previous Storm video with the card. That's the idea. That's the deck tech, a pretty stock deck list based on Tony Scapone's list. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. But for now, we're going to hop into match number 1, and I will see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1 with the Epic Gamble. Let's go. We're on the play. Okay, so we have the Kraza Swarm is One. We have Lion's Eye Diamond and Echo of Eons. I believe that this is a keep. Our opponent with a mulligan to 6. So what's nice here is that we could play the Ancient Tomb on turn 1. And then on turn 2, Lightning Bolt ourselves. So that we could protect our red mana source. And then we could play Kraza the Swarm is One through a daze into an uncounterable Echo of Eons. Like, this is pretty sweet. Alright, our opponent had a mulligan to 5. We'll play Ancient Tomb and then the Lion's Eye Diamond. Pass the turn. I have no idea what they're playing today, so we'll find out when they play their land, I suppose. Ancient Tomb. Is this really a Kraza matchup? Could be Sneak and Show. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I think I'll play the Spider-Punk just to make sure that I don't lose. They're going to Kozilek's Command in response. So this is likely the Mystic Forge combo deck. We'll do Haste. And then we'll add 3 blue. Spin the wheel on Echo of Eons. Okay, so that is not a win. It could have been if I didn't respect... what is it called? Our opponent being a blue deck. I also thought there was a chance they had Disruptor Flute. So I guess it's my own fault, because now they could, in theory, play a Karn the Great Creator. Ooh, they are a blue deck. They're the blue Tron deck, apparently. Okay, so me playing the Kraza Swarm is One was relevant. And now we'll play Defense Grid, which is uncounterable. That's pretty good for us. Disruptor Flute in response, sure. This deck is just like built to beat combo decks, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's particularly good, but it does crush the decks that I play. It could just like never beat a deck with like a couple creatures in play, like the energy decks, for example, or if you're viewing them on MTG Goldfish, the Ocelot Pride mid-range decks, or just like any decks that even slightly go wide. It's like only good against combo, which is, admittedly, there's a lot of combo in the leagues. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a balanced strategy to me. And they named Galvanic Relay. Interesting. Okay, we'll play City of Traders, play the Grim Monolith, Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's gamble for another Echo of Eons. We'll make 3 blue, tap the Grim Monolith, and spin the Echo. So you might be saying, why not just use the Runehorn Hellkite? Well, this way I have 3 more mana, and that 3 more mana could be the difference maker. Here it's not. We have a hand that doesn't do anything. So I guess this was bad. Might be better to just untap the Grim Monolith and play. Yeah, we'll untap the Grim Monolith. Go to combat. Swing. They're at 12 and we pass the turn. They play a Cloud Post. Chalice of the Void on 0. That doesn't matter with our Spiderpunk in play. And another Disruptor Flute. They name Beseech the Mirror. Okay, not in our deck, so I'm fine with that. We draw a Lotus Petal. We'll attack. They go to 8. Pass the turn. They play Urza's Tower. And he stock up. It is nice here that the Kraza Swarm is 1/Spiderpunk beats the Chalice of the Void. I do enjoy that. But I would like a payoff spell. That is a payoff spell. Alright, so we'll tap our land, play a Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Tap the City of Traders for a Grim Monolith. Play the Lion's Eye Diamond. Our spells can't be countered. Play the Lotus Petal. Still can't be countered. And then we'll make 3 blue. And then I'll go to 11. We'll flashback the Echo of Eons. I did not have the ability to hardcast it, or else I would have. I needed 1 more blue mana. We get the Bergi God of Storytelling. So we'll tap 1 Grim Monolith, and we'll play the Hornfell on the back. And this should be a win, but let's just go through the motions. Discard Defense Grid. We get Rite of Flame Gamble. Okay. We'll discard Rite of Flame, which means that the Rite of Flame in the graveyard will now make an extra mana. We'll discard Lotus Petal. There's a Burning Wish. That's the ball game. Discard Galvanic Relay. Discard Mox Opal. Discard Simian Spirit Guide. We'll play Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. And then Burning Wish. Yes. And we'll grab Grape Shot. Alright, you. This is pretty cool. Beating the deck that's designed to beat combo decks. You love to see it. Alright, now we just have to steal a post-board game. How about that? Versus the Karn the Great Creator, 8 Force of Will, Chalice of the Void deck. Oh my. I feel like our main deck is already set up for this. I don't think we're supposed to sideboard. Yeah, I'm just going to run it back. The Spiderpunk beating Chalice of the Void is a pretty big level up for this deck. It's pretty similar to how Veil of Summer does it in the Epic Storm. Yeah, we keep these. They play a Cloud Post and Chalice of the Void on 0. We'll play our Shatterskull Smashing tapped and pass the turn. We really need our Spiderpunk to resolve. They play a Planar Nexus, so now they have 3 mana available here. We'll play Ancient Tomb, and then the Spiderpunk floating a colorless mana. We'll say it has haste, and now our spells are uncounterable. We'll play Lotus Petal. It's through the Chalice of the Void. Do you have a removal spell here? They have Dismember? They do, in fact, have Dismember. Wow. I've not seen that out of this deck, but okay. I mean, it's not unreasonable. It seems like a fair thing for them to play. We could, in theory, gamble for another Spiderpunk. It's just kind of a slow line. The One Ring. Yep. Okay, they have 3 in hand. Grim Monolith. Let's gamble. We're just choked on red mana. That's the biggest issue here, is I need more red mana. We'll grab another Spiderpunk. Discards the Gamble. That's not good for me. We'll play the Ancient Tomb and pass the turn. They draw a card using the One Ring. Now they draw 2 cards. I feel like we lost our window of opportunity here. Yeah, I'm going to pick this one up. They got it. We can go to game number 3. This time we'll be on the play. Yeah, it just seems like this deck is very red mana hungry. Like, that's the biggest observation I have so far. On the play. A hand that loses to a force. We could go Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal, Rite of Flame. 4 mana, Imprint, Burning Wish. That's only a Galvanic Relay. That does not empty the Warrens. If it emptied, I would consider keeping. I don't think we keep this for a Galvanic Relay. Not great. I think we're going to 5. Believe we keep this. We have to bottom 2. So Chrome Mox and the Grim Monolith. And then you have Defense Grid into Gamble on turn 1. Okay. 5 cards. We really need this Defense Grid to resolve. Here we go. And it doesn't. They exile a Sink in a Stupor. Now I have to pass the turn. I can't gamble because the Mox Opal is not active. And if I wanted to gamble, I'd have to get rid of the Lotus Petal, which doesn't make any sense. They play a Planar Nexus. 3 cards remain in their hand. That doesn't help me. We'll pass. Now they have Sink in a Stupor as a land. 3 cards in their hand. I guess we'll play out Ancient Tomb. Pass the turn. Yeah, like so far, I do think that colorless mana, we have an abundance, and I feel like we're just choked on red. If this City of Traders, well, one of the City of Traders was a red, we could have echoed, but the fact that we've just drawn running colorless lands is a little weird. We'll pass the turn. They play a Cloud Post. Starting to get nervous about Karn the Great Creator. I mean, Spirit Guide. So this is a 66% chance of success. I think we take that. I will gamble. Grab Lion's Eye Diamond. To the graveyard. Okay. That hurt. 3 mana for a stock up. And they play another Planar Nexus. Another Mox Opal that's not active. We'll pass. The One Ring. So they have protection from everything. They draw a card. They're at 6 cards in their hand. Chalice of the Void for 0. Yep. A little late. We'll play Grim Monolith. Pass the turn. In theory, I could hardcast the Runehorn Hellkite. I just don't think that's a good idea. They draw 2 now with the One Ring. Tons of mana. They could do whatever. Which is why I don't want to play out the Runehorn Hellkite. It just gets exiled by Kozilek's command. We'll pass. No point in playing my artifact into Chalice of the Void on 0. And here's a large Kozilek's command. You got it. Now they draw 3 cards with the One Ring. I'll probably concede soon. There's no chance we win this. Just a thought, Kozilek's command might be a good inclusion for the deck we're playing today. It exiles Collector Oof, it digs for Lion's Eye Diamond or Echo of Eons. Like, there's a lot to like about this card. Makes mana. I don't know what you would cut from the Epic Gamble for Kozilek's command, but it makes sense to me. Now they have Disruptor Flute, sure. They name Burning Wish. Another Chrome Mox. I've seen enough. We'll just concede. So we won game 1 using the Spider-Punk. Unfortunately, our Spider-Punk in game 2 did not stick around, and then game 3, we needed that defense grid to resolve, and it didn't. So it happens. The deck built to beat us did, and now we're 0-1, but there's still 4 more matches. Let's go win those. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. For round number 2, we're on the play. I mean, we're going to keep this, and if we get Force of Will, that's going to hurt, but I think you're supposed to just jam. We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. Hopefully, if they have a Force of Will, they force one of those. Not the case. We'll play Chrome Mox, imprint a Gamble, Chrome Mox. This one, obviously not imprinting. Play the City of Traders. We'll make 3 blue. Tap the City of Traders. And let's flashback Echo of Eons. Storm is 5. They Force of Will, exiling Narcomoeba, so they're a blue deck. But we're still in this. So if we draw a Burning Wish or a Gamble or another Echo of Eons, we're right back in it. They play a Flooded Strand. Also, I'm just going to point this out. If the City of Traders was a red mana source, we would have had double Echo on turn 1. I think, like, my honest opinion here is I'm not someone that plays a lot of the Epic Gamble. I think there's too many colorless lands. That's my honest feedback after a match and a half. I just feel like the deck needs more red mana. Ponder. You're really a mono red Storm deck, but when you play it, it's really a 3-color Storm deck. Red, colorless, and then blue. And you're blue for Echo of Eons, but also Echoing Truth and all these other sideboard cards as well. So I don't think you're actually a red Storm deck. You're really a 3-color deck. Meticulous Archive. Travails Away Dread Return. That's a good one. Ooh, things are not looking good. Okay. Tavern of Souls. They play a Tamiyo Inquisitive Student and Brainstorm. The Tamiyo transforms. They hit the plus, play a Shuko. 3 cards remain in their hand. Galvanic Relay. The question is, will I get another turn? I'm not so sure at this point I will. We'll play Galvanic Relay for 3. We exile Galvanic Relay, Grim Monolith, and a Defense Grid. They return the Force of Will to their hand using the Tamiyo. Okay. That's a Nadu Winged Wisdom. They reveal Thassa's Oracle and a Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. So if they have a land, they can draw 2 more cards, but it looks like they don't. Need an action spell here. No! Why? We really, really needed an action spell there. I think we're dead now. They pitch the Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. We'll play Grim Monolith. Play the Defense Grid. Sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond for red, and we'll Galvanic Relay for 5. The odds that we get to untap next turn, I feel like, are incredibly low. Another Galvanic Relay, Defense Grid, City of Traders, Birgi God of Storytelling, and a Burning Wish. We will pass. They have 5 cards in hand. They plus the Tamiyo. Now they can trigger Nadu. It reveals another Nadu. Nomads and Core. That's not good for me. I guess it's effectively the same as the Shuko. So now they get 2 more triggers. Force of Will. Ponder. They still have a Thassa's Oracle that they could play, but it looks like they're going to choose to Ponder here once the trigger's done resolving. So this means that they're going for the win, because otherwise they could pass and then try to play through the Defense Grid. That's not the case. They would have needed to have hit a land to play through the Defense Grid too, so I don't blame them for going for the win here. We would like to see a shuffle. They did not shuffle. Are we dead? Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. This can now trigger twice. They had Flooded Strand. And now they'll fetch before the next trigger. Please don't be dead. Please do not be dead. And they hit Brainstorm. They've already played a land for turn. They play Ponder. They did not shuffle with the Ponder, which is interesting. They plus the Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. I'm sorry, it's the Planeswalker side, different name now. And another Brainstorm. So I believe they're going to pass the turn here. So we should think about our turn. I can play Birgi, God of Storytelling, play the City of Traders, Burning Wish, floating a colorless, and then it makes a red, so I'd have 3 mana. We don't even have a win here. I mean, I could if I draw something good, but currently we don't have it. I don't think Simian Spirit Guide does it either. I believe that puts me 1 mana short. So we'll play... I guess I could just play the Harnfell instead of Burning Wish. Ooh, okay, hold on. Birgi, Burning Wish, go get Gamble Echo. I think that works. So Birgi, Burning Wish for 2 mana. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this line works. We'll play the Birgi, God of Storytelling. And then we'll play City of Traders. Exile the Simian Spirit Guide from hand. We'll play Burning Wish. This triggers the Birgi, God of Storytelling. And now we go get Gamble. Cast the Gamble for essentially free here, because we have that red mana floating from the Birgi, God of Storytelling. We'll go grab an Echo of Eons. Tap the Mox Opal for a blue. And then flashback Echo of Eons. Okay, Echo on the stack. Play Lotus Petal. We've played our land. I mean, there's still a Defense Grid in play, but okay, sure. Our opponent's doing a whole bunch of triggers. And they have the win if they untap, because they've revealed Cephalid Illusionist. So something I could do is Burning Wish for the Time Walk. The Alchemist Gambit. But I lose the game if I pass the turn. But I think that's our best chance of winning here. So play the Burning Wish. Yes. Go grab the Alchemist Gambit. And then we'll take an extra turn. Go to my next turn. We have to win the game right now. They're going to trigger their, Nadu a bunch of times here. You got it. Okay. Am I allowed to draw now? A basic mountain. We'll tap the City of Traders, play Ancient Tomb. We lose the City of Traders. And then we'll play Harnfell, Horn of Bounty. 1 red mana floating. Discard the mountain. Reveals a Gamble. Discard Shatterskull Smashing. Discard Galvanic Relay. Discard Galvanic Relay. So this should be a pretty simple win now. We'll tap the Mox Opal for a blue. We'll play another. Okay, Lion's Eye Diamond. Play the Rite of Flame. Firm is 4. And now we'll gamble, I guess. Go grab the final copy of Echo of Eons. And we'll flash it back. Bergie makes another mana. Storm is 6. We'll use the Harnfell to discard some cards here. I'll probably keep the Burning Wish around based on what we reveal in exile, but we'll see. Get rid of the Grim Monolith. Mox Opal. Mox Opal. We did not reveal another copy of Burning Wish. So Lion's Eye Diamond is from 7. I'll just play the one from hand. It doesn't matter. We've won. Play another Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Lotus Petal. And then we'll play Burning Wish for Tendrils of Agony. Yes. Grab the Tendrils of Agony. Tap for a black. Tap for a black. That's it. I can't believe we won this one. Okay, our opponent just, did not find the win 2 turns in a row off of Nadu. Just so unlikely. No changes. We will resubmit. Game number 2, we're on the draw. This hand doesn't really do anything. We'll send it back. You're 2 mana, so you could play a Turbo Grim Monolith, I guess, but that's not even particularly good. Yeah, if you drew exactly Lion's Eye Diamond, this hand is great, but I don't expect that to happen. This hand is much better. We'll keep and get rid of the Lotus Petal. Yeah, we'll try this. There's some argument to getting rid of the land in case you draw one. It allows you to turn 1 defense grid into Echo of Eons, but feels greedy to me. Turn 1 Shuko. They could have the turn 2. We'll play a Lotus Petal and defense grid. I guess if I had bottomed... Okay, maybe I made a mistake. If I bottomed the Simian Spirit Guide, I'd have 1 more Storm for the Galvanic Relay in my sideboard. So I should have kept the other Lotus Petal, because this could be a Galvanic Relay for 8 instead of 7. And that's what's going to happen here. So I should have bottomed the Simian Spirit Guide. I didn't consider us relaying on turn 1. So my own fault. We'll grab the Galvanic Relay, play it for 7. And it could have been for 8. Okay, we need some mana here. That was lacking mana. That was not good. Urza Saga goes to the 2nd chapter and they pass 2 cards in their hand. We had another Rite of Flame. That was honestly good. Okay, so... Play the Shatter Skull Smashing as a land. Yes. We'll play Rite of Flame. Play the Bergie Goddess Storytelling. Play the Chrome Mox. Trigger. No imprint. We'll play Rite of Flame. Trigger the Bergie. So if I play the Spider Punk, I go down to 2 mana up to 3 into Galvanic Relay, so I could beat a Consign to Memory here. I guess they could have countered the Bergie trigger, but they didn't. We'll say Haste, I guess. And then Galvanic Relay for 6. Once again, I am hoping to untap. And the Runehorn Hellkite will stay in exile. So it looks like my top card would have been Burning Wish if I had Galvanic Relayed for 8. I don't think I could have won this turn with a Burning Wish. So I don't think that's the end of the world. The fact that I Galvanic Relayed for 1 less on turn 1. They grab a Meticulous Archive. As long as they don't kill me, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. I have Bergie Goddess Storytelling. I have the Spider Punk in play. There's a lot of mana in exile and action. I just have to not be dead here. They grab another Shuko, so they didn't bring in Soul Guide Lantern. Nomads in Core. It looks like I'm not dead. Okay. You got it, friend. And I believe you're dead now. We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. This will trigger the Bergie Goddess Storytelling. They have 2 cards in their hand. Play the Mox Opal. Play Grim Monolith. I think we might have enough mana to peer into the Abyss here. 1 mana floating. And then we have 2, 3, 4, 10. 10 is enough mana. So we'll sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 black. Cast the Burning Wish. Trigger the Bergie Goddess Storytelling. Yes. We'll grab the Peer into the Abyss. We have 7 mana floating. Just in case, I will play a Defense Grid. One of the few ways we could lose this is like a misdirection effect. So let's just not allow that to happen. Alright, and the opponent's going to concede. We've won the match. We beat Cephalid Breakfast. How about that? Alright, so now we're 1-1. Let's go play match number 3. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match number 3, we're on the play, and we're facing the same person from the video I recorded yesterday with Spider-Punk in it. They're the Jeskai control player. So I think we want to keep this. We're on the play, so I can go turn 1 Defense Grid into turn 2 Grim Monolith, Lotus Petal Galvanic Relay. It's not exactly a very large Galvanic Relay, but I think you're supposed to jam the Defense Grid on turn 1. They don't have a cantrip to dig for Force of Will or Force of Negation. They did have a Spell Pierce and a Spell Snare in their deck list yesterday, so we'll play the Defense Grid. Resolved. Boom. Pass. They play Basic Island into Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. We hit the Spider-Punk. We'll play Grim Monolith. Play Lotus Petal. And Volcanic Island. Or should I just... I mean, I'm only saving 1 mana. Okay, so I was concerned with... playing the Spider-Punk and the Relay, but I'm only saving the Lotus Petal if I do that, so I might as well reveal another card. I'll put a +1/+1 counter on my Spider-Punk, and then Galvanic Relay for 4. Lion's Eye Diamond, Echo of Eons, Ancient Tomb, Chrome Mox. I mean, we've opened up a pretty strong start for the matchup. They play a Flooded Strand, and now they swing. Ouch, I'll take 0. Now they brainstorm to transform the Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. So I am now realizing, looking at my own sideboard, that I might have missed an opportunity last match. I did a Burning Wish for Alchemist Gambit versus Breakfast. I wonder if I had gotten Justice Will, if that made enough mana for me to win. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but it's just a thought that crossed my mind. We'll play the Chrome Mox here. We can imprint the Shatter Skull Smashing. Play the Ancient Tomb, Lion's Eye Diamond, make 3 blue, and then we'll hardcast the Echo to draw 7. Okay, we'll play Lotus Petal. So I'm fine going up on mana here, and then just flashing back the Echo of Eons. Like, that seems like a good exchange. Because we had 1 mana, we're going to be able to flash back Echo of Eons with a bunch of mana now. Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond for red, tap the Grim Monolith, use the Lotus Petal for blue. And now we can Echo, floating 4 mana. 3 of it's red. Ooh. Okay. I just want to think through this. So, Bergie Got a Storytelling would leave me with 1 mana floating. I could play Mox Opal that makes a red. And then the Opal taps for mana. I could play the Grim Monolith. Okay, so then I'd have 5 mana. Wish would have 3 mana floating. Okay, so I think... I mean, I could Galvanic Relay for a boatload. Maybe that's just good enough. So we'll play the Mox Opal, trigger the Bergie Got a Storytelling, play Grim Monolith, tap the Grim Monolith, play Wish. Now I have 3 mana. Alternatively, I could be a crazy person here, and I could Alchemist Gambit again, and then untap hardcast Echo of Eons. But I think the Galvanic Relay for 13 is just the better call. Okay, Galvanic Relay for 13. So many cards. Pass the turn. They plus the Tamiyo and just pass the turn. So they could pay for a Force of Will through the Defense Grid. But I have a feeling we're just going to overwhelm them here. We'll begin by playing Spider-Punk. Trigger the Bergie Got a Storytelling. Spider-Punk. We'll say haste. I don't think it really matters. Play City of Traders as my land for the turn. Play Grim Monolith. I don't know what the opponent's thinking about here. Like, they're just dead. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just like, there's a Defense Grid in play. You could possibly do one thing. And there's a Spider-Punk. And I have, you know, like 17 cards to work with. We'll tap the Mox Opal for a blue. We'll play another Mox Opal. Okay, we'll tap that Mox Opal for a blue. We'll play another Mox Opal. Okay, hard cast. I guess there's only one way to cast Rite of Flame. I don't know why I said hard cast there. And then we'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond. I guess I'll just hard cast the Echo from my hand. We have to make some storm, so might as well draw 7 more cards. Play Rite of Flame. We'll play Wish. Actually, let's not show them the Wish. They don't need to know about that. Burning Wish. And this can grab Tendrils of Agony. Target you. Okay, so we have stolen game number 1. Sweet. Our opponent's deck, when we looked it up yesterday, had 1 Stony Silence and 1 Lavinia. So the question is, do you want to bring in Echoing Truth for those cards? And if so, what are you sideboarding out? I really don't know what you're supposed to sideboard out if you do want to bring anything in. Like, I think the plan might be just dodge. Like, I'm not even joking. Yeah, I'm going to just resubmit here. And just by dodge, I mean, I hope that my opponent doesn't draw those cards. Game number 2, we've opened up an explosive hand with no payoff. We do have a turn 1 Spider-Punk, so if we were to draw an Echo of Eons or a Gamble, this is a turn 1 with protection. I'm going to risk it here. I know that my hand technically doesn't do anything, but we have Burning Wish and Gambles and Echoes and, you know, Galvanic Relay. I feel like there's a lot of hits, so I'm going to try, you know, taking my chances on this one. A tapped Mystic Sanctuary. Come on, deck. Pretty please, pretty please. Let's see it. Runehorn Hellkite. Okay, so let's think about this. If I play Lion's Eye Diamond, imprint the Spider-Punk, that's probably the best course of action. Because I don't have enough mana to play the Spider-Punk and Runehorn Hellkite, so we do need this Lion's Eye Diamond to resolve. It does. We'll play the Mox Opal. Chrome Mox. Imprint the Spider-Punk. Rite of Flame. Exile the Simian Spirit Guide. Tap the Mox Opal for a blue. No, I shouldn't do a blue. Because we're not going to have a ton of mana left over. And then we'll Runehorn Hellkite floating 1 red. So I hope they discard a pile of forces here. That would be delightful. Shame concede. Come on. Just concede. 3 Force of Wills, a Spell Pierce, and a blue Elemental Blast. Okay. We'll play Defense Grid. They had the 4th Force of Will? Wow. Okay. Sure. We'll pass the turn. 4 Force of Wills in the top 14 cards of their deck. They play Volcanic Island. We'll play our Shattered Skull Smashing. Ouch. Defense Grid. Their list yesterday only had 1 Spell Pierce, so I don't think I'm supposed to play around a second. Please resolve. Consign to memory. So I could Rite of Flame for 3. I mean, I could play the Harnfell, but I'd have, like, no resources, so I think I'm supposed to pass here. They play land number 3, 4 cards still in their hand. Ancient Tomb. We'll play the Harnfell Horn of Bounty. They fetch in response for Tundra. Card cast a Force of Negation. Okay. A lot of interaction. They have 4 cards in their hand. They play a Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. They play a land. Null Rod. Okay. They did not have that in the list yesterday. They did have 1 Stony Silence. We just have to pass here. They play another land, 2 cards in their hand. So that tells me that they might have like a Flame of Anor or something. We'll play Volcanic Island. Because like, or a Snapcaster Mage. Nice Null Rod Soul Guy Lantern combo. That's just good deck building if you ask me. So my Rite of Flame makes 1 less now. Like, I'm trying to like Snapcaster Mage into like one of these might be part of the reason that they played the extra mana. So if I Rite of Flame, I guess I don't even need to Rite of Flame. Let's play Wish. Let's see if this even resolves. It does. We'll play the Rite of Flame. I do need this to resolve. And now we can Shatter Skull Smashing as a land. Ouch. Lion's Eye Diamond. Chrome Mox. And then we'll empty the Warrens for 10. Hoping for no Consign to Memory. Okay. Here it is. There's a pause. Do you have it? No! Okay. Good sign for the home team. They draw for turn. They play a Brainstorm. So, slightly good for us, because if they had a Tameo Inquisitive Student plus the Brainstorm, we'd be out of this. So the fact that they had a burn a Brainstorm here is very, very good news. And now they have Lavinia. A little late. Let's attack for 10. So the Lavinia is a blocker that will gain them 1 turn. So next turn, when they block, they'll go to 1 instead of 0. So the Lavinia is a time walk essentially here. I should hold the Simian Spirit Guide. I don't think it actually helps me to play it out here in case they have like a Wrath of the Skies or something. And now we'll pass. Although I guess if they had a Wrath of the Skies, they'd play it for 0. So maybe I should have played the Simian Spirit Guide. Maybe I wasn't thinking. I guess it beats like a Supreme Verdict. Our opponent drew 4 Force of Wills, Consign to Memory, Spell Pierce, Blue Elemental Blast, Force of Negation, Null Rod, Soul Guide Lantern, and Lavinia Azorius Renegade. They still lost the match. That's pretty impressive. We are now 2-1 in this Legacy League. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. We're running hot. It's match number 4, and I've opened up a turn 1 protected Echo of Eons, so we will keep. We have Shatterskull Smashing as a land into Rite of Flame, Spiderpunk, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Gamble for Echo of Eons. That's pretty good. And then if they're not on blue, we actually have extra mana floating for the Echo. But they are playing blue. A first turn Tameo Inquisitive Student. Okay. Another Gamble. We'll play the Shatterskull Smashing as a land, play the Lotus Petal, play the Rite of Flame, and the Spiderpunk. We'll give it a +1/+1 counter, play Lion's Eye Diamond, and then we will gamble for Echo of Eons. Okay, let's spin. Hoping for a 7-card hand here that converts into a win. What does this do? So we can play Chromox and print the Simian Spirit Guide, Lotus Petal Grim Monolith, but that doesn't actually win. So I guess we'll play Grim Monolith here and pass the turn. Okay. The best I can do. Hopefully my Spiderpunk lives, and then we can do something next turn with the gamble. They plus the Tameo, so now it has 4 loyalty, Blooded Strand, and a Brainstorm. A fun fact about the Spiderpunk is that it is symmetrical. So you'll notice when Brainstorm was on the stack, it said can't be countered. They grab a Tundra, that's not a good sign. Okay, so here's the can't be countered, no Swords to Plowshares. So right now we have 5 mana, Grim Monolith would be 6. If we draw an imprintable, I can Runehorn Hellkite. We did not draw the imprintable. Okay, so we'll play Defense Grid and then attack the Tameo back down to 2. Tameo triggers, giving my creature -1/-0. And another Ponder. They play Misty Rainforest. They plus the Tameo again. They fetch with the Misty Rainforest. Another Tundra. Is this Cephalid Breakfast? Another Brainstorm. I think it might be Cephalid Breakfast. You don't see a whole lot of Bant control in Legacy. And I think if they were like a Up the Beanstalk control deck, they would have went and got like a Xander's Lounge or something for their Leyline Binding. That's my hunch. We'll play the Ancient Tomb. Play Grim Monolith. I guess I am supposed to play out the Chromox here. If I had a blue mana, we could Echo of Eons, but I don't. So we have to gamble for the Runehorn Hellkite. And then we can draw 7 floating or colorless. Actually, why don't I just pass? Like this way they can't kill me. And then I can Runehorn Hellkite on their end step. And that way I untap with mana. Like there's no need to Runehorn Hellkite in my main phase and then potentially pass the turn and lose. Like that doesn't help anyone. So this way, they can't kill me. I can draw 7 on their end step, and then I can untap and try to power through whatever they have. They play Misty Rainforest. Okay. If you're not going to do anything, neither will I. Burning Wish. We'll just pass. So if I wait, why I'm waiting is I'm going to put them on Cephalid Breakfast here. And they brainstormed potentially, I mean, they fetch, so maybe that's not true. Like forces back on top. Because sometimes people will do that. They're like, oh, if you have Runehorn Hellkite, and they got rid of a Dread Return, so they are Cephalid Breakfast. So they'll brainstorm forces back onto the top, knowing that they'll redraw them with the Runehorn Hellkite. So by waiting a turn, I'm playing around that. And, you know, this way I have more mana. Because now I'll only have 1 tap to Grim Monolith instead of 2. You have Nomads in Core. Alright, they have 5 cards in hand, end step. Let's Runehorn Hellkite. Daze, Force of Will, Thassa's Oracle, and a Shuko. Okay, so we hit 1 payoff there. I don't love that. Another defense grid. Okay, so we'll play the second defense grid. And then the game plan is that we're going to play a Harnfell and then discard some cards and hopefully win the game. So we're playing Rite of Flame. This way I get to keep open a red. Our opponent's trying to cast Force of Will, but forgetting that there's not 1, but 2 copies of defense grid on the table. We'll tap the Harnfell. I'm sorry, we'll tap the Grim Monolith to cast the Harnfell Horn of Bounty. And now we can discard some cards like this Mountain. Hit a Rite of Flame and a Spiderpunk. Discard the Mox Opal. Galvanic Relay. I really don't want to pass the turn here. Discard Mox Opal. No action. Discard the Rite of Flame. Oh no. No action in the top 8 cards of the deck. It's all down to me discarding Lion's Eye Diamond here. And if I hit an Echo of Eons, I guess I have Lion's Eye Diamonds in exile. Okay. Please be good to me. Discard Lion's Eye Diamond. No way. 10 cards. Oh no, we hit a gamble. We hit a gamble. Oh wow. Okay, so now I think we win. That was scary. We'll play Rite of Flame. Play another Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll gamble. Play Echo of Eons to the graveyard. We'll do blue and red. Flashback the Echo of Eons. I'm going to leave a couple blue mana here so that way I can hardcast another Echo. We have Burning Wish. They're at 17. And I have 2 Lotus Petals for black, so we could just Tendrils of Agony here. Mox Opal. Play the Burning Wish. Yes. Tendrils of Agony. Cast it. Wow. Okay, we got there. That was a wild one. No changes. Send it back. I feel like that's what this deck does. Like, your entire sideboard is a wish board, except for Echoing Truths. So, like, against non-blue, you would probably board out some number of defense grids or Spiderpunks for Echoing Truths, but that's about it. You can maybe board in a couple wish targets if you wanted to. Like, you might be able to board in, like, Gamble, the Relay, that sort of thing. Our opponent has kept 7. I think we're supposed to send this back. Like, I don't want to. It's just, you can't cast the Burgi. I'm sorry, you can't cast the Harnfell. Yeah, I think it's just a trap. So we're going to send it back. We'll keep this bottom the Volcanic Island. And, I mean, we need to draw a Lion's Eye Diamond for this hand to be good. Turn 1 Tundra, Burgi, Ancient Tomb. We'll play Chromox. Imprint the Shadow Skull Smashing. Play the Spiderpunk floating at colorless, so we could play through a Daze here. This deck does typically play 2 to 3 copies of Daze. They brainstorm in response. It enters with a +1/+1 counter, and we'll pass the turn. Hopefully they do not have Swords to Plowshares. They play a Misty Rainforest, or a Tropical Island, Cameo Inquisitive Student, and Brainstorm. Okay, so we're going to end up being able to keep our Spiderpunk. We have a Burning Wish. So next turn I can play Burgi, God of Storytelling, and then play Chromox to trigger the Burgi. I think the best draw by far here would be Lion's Eye Diamond, because then I could Echo of Eons. But let's see what we hit. Opal. I don't know what that does. So we'll just play the Burgi here. And then I think we can at least gamble and put Echo of Eons to the graveyard. And now we'll play Chromox. No imprint. We'll Burning Wish. Yeah, I'm 1 mana short of Echo of Eons here. I wonder if maybe I'm supposed to hold the gamble then. Because, like, they are a deck that plays 3 Fairy Macabre in the sideboard. Yeah, I think I'll hold the gamble. We'll attack the Tameo, so that way it goes down to 2 loyalty. Pass the turn. The downside is if I draw something that makes it so I can't Echo next turn. But this way I'm at least playing around Fairy Macabre. They have land number 3. They plus the Tameo. And it looks like they're going to pass here. Simian Spirit Guide. We'll attack the Tameo. So that way, this way, we can find out if they have like a Hydroblast or something. Swing, or he Swords to Plowshares. Well, if they do, they didn't use it. So we'll exile Simian Spirit Guide, play Gamble. Trigger the Burgi, God of Storytelling. We'll grab Echo of Eons. Make a blue with the Mox Opal. Tap the Ancient Tomb. Alright, we have 3 red mana available. Echo of Eons on the stack. No responses from the opponent. We draw 7 pieces of mana. That hurts my feelings. We'll play Ancient Tomb. Pass the turn. They Surveil with the Meticulous Archive. It's rid of Force of Will. And now a Ponder. I feel like the Spider-Punk has been doing a lot of work versus all the blue decks we faced. Like, it has looked very good. I didn't really get to use it a ton in the previous video, but today I feel like it's just been the best card in the deck. They Surveil away a Flooded Strand. Nomads in Core, sure. I would like an action spell, please. Nope. We'll swing for 6. Mono Red Legend Beatdown. Pass the turn. And a Brainstorm. We have to hope that they don't kill me, which is asking for a lot. They've seen a third of their deck. They're just looking for the Cephalid Illusionist. Another Nomads in Core, sure. And there it is. We're dead. The deck failed us. They fetch for a Tundra. I would like to see what their deck has in it, so I'm going to make them mill. Okay. Blusterstorm. Force of Negation. They usually play 3 Force of Negation in the sideboard. It looks like they did not board in Fairy Macabre. And they did leave in Memory's Journey. There's no Orm's Chance. And it looks like they didn't have any removal for Spider-Punk either. They could always change that for game number 3, though. Okay. We did not win. Send back the same 75. On the play for game 3. This is turn 1 Defense Grid into turn 2 Protected Echo. I think we try that. They do have 7 forces in their deck, so I don't think the Defense Grid will resolve, but I can hope. Chromox. Imprint the Bergie Got a Storytelling. Chromox. Imprint the Burning Wish. Defense Grid. And it is countered. I'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond. They're more likely to have Consigned to Memory than Prismatic Ending. So I'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond here. Flooded Strand for a Tundra. Cameo, 3 cards in their hand. We'll play the Mox Opal. Gamble. They have 3 cards. We will flashback Echo of Eons. Storm 3. It resolves. Cameo transforms. Play the City of Traders. Let's play Grim Monolith. I'd like the extra Storm for the Galvanic Relay, I think. And then we'll play Spider-Punk. Storm is 5. We'll give it haste, so that way it can kill the Tameo. Play the Lotus Petal. Galvanic Relay for 7. And then let's kill their Tameo. Boom! That was a good turn. Alright. In exile, we have Defense Grid, Ancient Tomb, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Runehorn Hellkite, and a Rite of Flame. Not the correct zone for Runehorn Hellkite, but that's okay. We have 2 action spells in our hand. They boarded back in Swords to Plowshares, but that's okay because we have some Defense Grids in exile. Let's play one. They Force of Negation, exiling Narcomoeba. We'll play another Defense Grid. Maybe I should have used the Ancient Tomb. Probably would have been better. Alright, Storm is 3. We'll play the Ancient Tomb that I probably should have used previously. We'll play the Rite of Flame. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. Storm is 6. I'm just trying to figure out what I should do here so that I don't lose. I could wish into Mind's Desire for 8. Do I have enough for Pier? So this is 4, 5, 6, 9. I'm 1 mana short of Peer into the Abyss. So Mind's Desire might be the way. Alright, we'll play the Wish. Storm is 7. We'll make 3 blue. And then Mind's Desire for 8. Gamble, Shatter Skull Smashing, Echo of Eons. Alright, so my concern about not hitting action did not come true. We ended up having a pretty balanced Mind's Desire. So we'll play Grim Monolith, play the Rite of Flame. We can hardcast an Echo here for free. I'm at 11, or Storm 11. Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, we got this one. Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. Rite of Flame. Tap Grim Monolith. We'll play a Grim Monolith. They're 18. We'll play the Wish again from 17. And Grave Shot for 18. Take that, Cephalid Breakfast. Boom. We've beaten Cephalid Breakfast twice this league. That's pretty impressive. It is a deck that usually preys on combo decks, but Spider-Punk did a lot of good work here. The card has been super impressive, or at least so I believe. We're 3-1. There's one match left to go. Let's go win that. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. The fifth and final round, we're playing the Epic Gamble. We just paired into Tony Scapponi, our ultimate end boss. We'll see how we do. Alright, so this hand probably not good in the combo mirror match, although Tony does play some jewel decks. So maybe this is fine. We go turn 1 defense grid. Yeah, we'll try it. If I die, I die. I don't know what Tony's playing today. It could be Black Saga Storm, it could be Jewel, could be the Epic Gamble, who knows. We'll play Ancient Tomb and defense grid. Play Lotus Petal, play Mox Opal, and we'll pass the turn. We're playing the mirror match. Okay. It is in fact the mirror. I have to hope that Tony fizzles. Seems unlikely with a bunch of mana floating, but we'll see. 2 mana floating, 7 new cards in hand, still has a land drop. Ancient Tomb, defense grid, defense grid. Looks like we're going to get a turn here. Seething Song. Okay. We'll play Grim Monolith. The Epic Gamble mirror match to close out the league is not something I would have guessed. We'll play Harnfell, Horn of Bounty. Discard the Spider-Punk. Discard Spider-Punk. No mana. Discard defense grid. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. We can Chrome Mox, imprint the Runehorn Hellkite, Rite of Flame, play the Diamond, gamble for Echo of Eons. Hey, we won! How about that? Okay, so let's get those defense grids out of there. Spider-Punk at least imprints for a red, which is going to be better than nothing. We'll bring in a couple bounce spells. And I think we just want the gamble in the main deck so that way we can be faster. And I think I'm okay with submitting this. Okay, we opened up a hand that is capable of a turn 1 Echo of Eons. We will keep. Tony plays a first turn Lion's Eye Diamond. Volcanic Island. Alright, we're spinning. Tony sided in Reforge the Soul. Okay, and an Urza Saga. We're not playing Urza Saga today. Passes the turn. Lotus Petal. What can I do here? Play our land. I'm afraid of putting Rite of Flame to the graveyard because I don't want to help Tony. Because it is a symmetrical card. We'll play Lotus Petal. So if I imprint the Rite of Flame, I could go Grim Monolith into Galvanic Relay for a couple. That doesn't seem very good to me. If I... Hold on. No, that doesn't make sense. I was thinking about Jeska's Will, but I don't, like Jeska's Will doesn't actually do enough for me here. And I boarded in the gamble, so I can't gamble for Echo of Eons. Let's play the Chrome Mox. So if I imprint the Relay... You know what? I'm just going to imprint the Rite of Flame. I really don't want to give Tony a card. Or a mana. So... Grim Monolith. We'll exile the Simian Spirit Guide. And then Relay for 4. So you might be saying, why exile the Spirit Guide over the Lotus Petal in play? If Tony plays an Echo of Eons, this is a mana in play where the Simian Spirit Guide gets shuffled back in. We revealed Simian Spirit Guide, Rite of Flame, Volcanic Island, Lion's Eye Diamond. So, as far as Tony knows, we have no action spells. Ancient Tomb. Seething Song. Harnfell, Horn of Bounty with 5 cards in hand. Discards Mountain. It's Runehorn, Hellkite, Urza Saga. It's Simian Spirit Guide, Echo of Eons. 3 cards left. Simian Spirit Guide, Pyrite Spellbomb. 2 cards left in hand. If Tony passes the turn, I can play Rite of Flame, Volcanic Island, Lion's Eye Diamond. I think that's short of Peer into the Abyss, so it's not deterministic dead. And it looks like Tony is going to pass the turn. Mox Opal, we'll play that. I don't know if that changes anything or not. Volcanic Island, play the Rite of Flame. Ooh, I think that's exactly enough to peer. Yeah, it's exactly enough. We'll cast Burning Wish. Crack for black. Tony says GG's, GG's to Tony. We'll grab the Peer into the Abyss. Sweet, we finished 4-1. I thought Spider-Punk looked amazing. What do you think? Really, I thought it looked really good. We did face 4 blue decks. We lost to the one designed to beat combo, and then we beat some tough matchups like Cephalid Breakfast. I thought the deck looked really, really solid. So put your feedback in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you. But that's all I've got for today. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There's no better way to support our channel. If you're interested in elevating your combo game, visit theepicstorm.com/tutoring for details about our coaching sessions. Don't worry, there's more great combo content coming right up.